baby meatballs with me. Don't mind Mama Carmen. She's making her dinner tonight, and I am going to make our dinner over here. I don't know how much meat I'm gonna make, but these are gonna be very, very tiny. There's one thing out of my recipe that I don't have because I didn't know until it was last minute, and it's egg. Was gonna ask my neighbor, but she's still at work. So, with that being said, we're gonna use about that much of meat. Save this for some empanadas or something. This looks perfect. My ingredients. Now, people do this very differently. This is the way I do it. I'm gonna use adobo, salt, slap your mama. I'm gonna use garlic, onion powder, and panko, not panko, the Italian herb, breadcrumbs, and I'm gonna use some Parmesan cheese. You're gonna go ahead and measure with your heart and add all of your seasonings and your Alrighty, y'all. I did have to add a little bit more of all of my seasonings because the meat still was bland. And then I went ahead and added a little bit of minced garlic chunks into here. Give it all a good mix. Now it's ready. So now I'm going to go ahead and start assembling my little meatballs. This is how tiny and little I'm going to do them. And I'm going to repeat the process. And I might be here for a little bit just making small little balls of... of meatball over here. I don't want to make them that small because you guys know that when you do cook meatballs, they do shrink, but this is a perfect size. Oh, that one's a little bit. And I'm finally done rolling meatballs. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller, but we got y'all to cook them. I'm gonna add some oil in my pan. Then I'm gonna go ahead and wait for this to warm up, and I'm gonna add my meatballs. Also, I'm holding a baby, and Alistair is literally right here playing. This is how I'm gonna lay them out, guys. I got going on right now. I have to drain the water. I did add water and I did cover them so they could finish cooking through. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add my sauce. This is such a crazy vlog. I'm gonna use this meat sauce. This is already open. I'm gonna use this whole one, and then I'm gonna use the other one in this pan. I'm gonna drain some of this, and I'm gonna use some of this, that, you know, the grease from the meat, with this bad boy and all of my seasonings. And I'm gonna add my meatballs, and I'm about to start my noodles. I'm so sorry. I promise I will get better at vlogging. I just didn't get the best news about my grandma, and I'm just like all over the place, and I'm just now trying to like hurry up and cook. So I'll be right back. I do add adobo, oregano, garlic, onion powder, slap your mama. I add beef bouillon. I add a tad bit of cumin, pepper, and salt. Give that all a good mix. Then, like I said, I'll add my meatballs and then assemble the spaghettis. Y'all, and then here are our meatballs in the sauce. I went ahead and added sofrito, a packet of sazon con and without the color. Now I'm going to go ahead and close it and let it simmer. And I will plate dinner with you guys in a little bit. I'm so sorry this cooking video went a little bit south.